Hi lovelies, can you believe that today is already the last day of 2018? And usually at the end of the year, especially on the last day, I would do some reflections and mindful planning for the upcoming year. And so today I will share with you how I actually planned my 2019, and they all started from this particular question: why most of our New Year's resolutions fail. And throughout the years, I've read some books and learned some things about this problem. And the first thing that caused our resolutions to fail is that we set up goals and resolutions that are too big and overwhelming. Sometimes it's also our way of self-sabotaging ourselves as not to feel as guilty if we don't achieve our goals because they are just too big and too overwhelming for us. The second one, sometimes they are not that significant. So if your goals or resolutions doesn't have a significant effect to your life, and your life would be particularly fine without you achieving this goal, you would also have less drive to actually achieve that because the goals are just not that significant. And sometimes the goals or resolutions are not really ours, but we have these goals or resolutions because we thought these are the things that we should have or we should want, probably because that's how the society works. These are the things that other people are having, or these are things that other people are wanting. So we adopt these things, these goals, these resolutions, and we want to apply it into our lives. But maybe these are not really our goals. These are the three things that, like for me, these are the three things that makes my New Year's resolutions in the years before doesn't work. So I guess when we are setting our goals or create our resolutions, we oftentimes just jot down the things that we want or we wish to have, or things that we want to achieve, but we rarely take the time to reflect and evaluate our life today, where we are, what we've been through, and where we stand at the moment before we list down all the things that we want to have or want to achieve in our lives. So I think this is the most important part in setting up your resolutions. And I have these 12 areas of life that I think would be nice for us to reflect and evaluate. First is our physical and health, a physical condition or our health, our emotional and mental health, and then our career or study, and then our financial wealth or belongings if we are not making money for ourselves, if we're still a student, and then the area of family and friends, about our relationship with them, and then also the area of love and romantic relationships, the area of environment, like our surroundings, the place where we live, and then intellectual or creativity, how we grow or how do we feel like we have been challenged both intellectually and creatively. Enjoyment or entertainment, do we enjoy relaxing time? And then also spiritual, how do we feel connected to something other than the material world, and how we get connected to ourselves and to the source. Meaning and contribution, this area is about, do we feel like we live a meaningful life? Do we contribute to something greater than ourselves? And then also social and communal, do we feel like we are being a part of something? So these are just some areas in my life that I examine or reflect upon before I even started my resolution making for the next year. And if you want, you can also reflect on these 12 areas or just choose some areas that is relevant to you. Next thing I do is I score each areas that I feel relevant to me. Like for me, usually I score 12 of them, but if you only have, let's say, less than that you feel relevant, feel free to do so. And also for scoring, I have my own method to do this because I think sometimes we're being hard on ourselves. So I have this scoring guide, like something to explain the points or the score for each area. So if you score 5, it means that, of course, you want things to be better or improve, but even if they stay the way they are right now, you are still okay with that. So that is the score 5. And if you score 4, it means that, whatever that area is quite good, actually, but you know that you haven't given your best on this particular area. So it's good, but you know that you haven't given your all. And then score number 3 is that it's okay, it's not that bad, but you're not happy if these things stay the way it is in the upcoming year. If you score 2, it means there are some problems and you just hope that you can have a better experience or you can have more ease in this particular area. Number 1 is that you don't like it at all and you want change immediately. So what I would do is I would choose 1, 2, 3 areas with the lowest score that I would concentrate upon in the upcoming year. So for 2019, I will choose 3 areas with the lowest score. If I have more than 3 areas with the lowest score, I will choose the 3 that will become my top priority for the upcoming year, so as not to overwhelm myself with too many things to work on. So with this, you can basically have a maximum of 3 areas to work on, and for each area that have a lowest score, 3 areas with the lowest score, I will write these things and make it into like a 3 column. So first, I would write about the ideal situation I would like to have. So these will be all my wish and desire when it comes to that particular area. So what's ideal for me? And on the second column, I would write about how would I feel if I'm already in that ideal situation and how I'm going to change as a person. So it's more about how I'm going to be and how I'm going to feel if I already live that ideal situation that I wrote about. And then number 3, in the third column, I would write how my life would change if I already have that thing that I want. What would I do differently in my life on a daily basis? So these are the framework that I use to separate whatever areas that I want to concentrate upon. The first one, I list down all my wish and desire. Second column, I list down about how I would be and how I would feel if my wish or desire actually came true. And in third column, I would list down what would I do or experience if I already have that thing that I want, be the person that I want, and feel the feeling that I want. And this, I found that this helps me to get more clarity on what is it that I really, really want in life. So, wish or desire, be and feel, do and experience. These are the 3 frameworks that I have been using this past few years to create a New Year's resolution that would work. Next, I look at the column and I ask myself, what is the one thing that I can do this year, this month, this week, today, and in the next 2 hours to bring more of the feeling and experience in column 2 and 3 into my life? So basically, this is how I created my New Year's resolution. So I will write down in 2019 what kind of things that I can do so that I can experience the feeling and experience in column number 2 and 3 into my life. So if you have the time to experiment and try this process using the framework I told you before of having the 3 column of what you wish or what you desire, and the second column, how would you be or how would you feel, and on the third column, what would you do or experience if you already be that or feel that, I think it will give you a different perspective in looking at your goals, because then You will only need to concentrate not on that goal or that resolution, but on column number 2 and 3 about how do you want to be, how do you want to feel, what do you want to do, and what do you want to experience. And the idea is just to concentrate on just one single thing that you can do this year, this month, this week, today, or in the next 2 hours to help you bring a little bit of the feeling or the experience in column 2 and 3 into your life. This will make your resolutions become smaller, so you're concentrating on just one little thing every time. It won't overwhelm you, and these are some of the areas of your life that you think you have a lowest score and you want to change it. Since 2017, I've been using this framework to set my New Year's resolutions, and so far it's been working well for me. So if you'd like to try this, I would love to hear from you if you think this will work for you too.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here